begin the practice by coming onto our knees and connecting our hands to the floor, feet, knees, and just moving, wiggling, noticing. And then we walk our hands forward, inhaling and exhaling into puppy pose, melting heart pose. Keep the arms straight, don't bend the elbows, and keep connecting with that big stretch in the arms, armpits, and the back, of course. Easy option, forehead down, a little bit more advanced, chin, or even chest down. You can readjust, maybe a little bit wider in the knees. And again, inhale and exhale down to puppy pose. Really want to have the hips shooting up like that. You want to keep the thighs vertical, feet in. So then moving out of puppy pose, we take the position into sides. Walk your hands over to your left. Walk your hands away from you. Inhale and exhale, sinking down. Keep pressing with the hands. You can bend your left arm and lengthening more with the right side, right arm. Moving away from the floor. Moving towards your right. Walk the hands out and pressing down. Right arm is passive, so we can connect with the left side more. Then moving away, back onto hands and knees. A little bit of a cat. Stretch, tuck the chin in, round the upper back. You're pressing down with the hands to really stretch the shoulder blade and upper back area. Keep narrowing the distance between knee and hand so you can get a better arch. And remember to loosen the neck. You can do this from sitting on your heels, catch your knees and round the back. A little bit of a loosening action. Let your head roll. Let the whole upper body loosen at this point. So a little bit of this passive rolling, very loosening attitude. Just passively rotate left and right. Can be with bent elbows or with long arms. You can open the hands or close the hands. You can do it from a kneeling position. Play with arm movement. And of course you can do a couple of shoulder rolls, arm rolls, and crisscrossing at the front. So all sorts of little cracking sounds just to loosen. Then we go back into being sitting on our heels. Connect your fingertips to the floor to elevate the spine. Drop the head, lengthen the back of the neck, only to then open up the chest. So you can accommodate the position of the fingers on the floor to help to elevate your chest. Opening action. The shoulders are getting a nice stretch, and so is the chest. You can do it from interlocking fingers position also. Just keep the breath going. Keep reaching up with your chin. And use the tips of the feet. Then we get ready to exhale and go down into Child's pose. You keep sending your arms away from your back, and then you take it to the side. You tip your arms to the left to get a good stretch on your right shoulder. Breathing there. And then you switch, arms going right, so you can pull a nice stretch into your left shoulder. So then you go into stretching the back of the neck, sending your arms overhead, and then allow the forehead to go down, drop the arms down, resting in passive child's pose. Just relaxing the neck and all the upper back, and grounding the breath, of course. Releasing, calming breath. Let's go back up. And time to release a little bit the knee tension in down dog. So down dog, beginner option is to bend and lengthen. So you bend the knees and you stretch the knees, you bend the knees and stretch the knees alternatively. Or if you are more accustomed to the pose, then you just do the long leg version, really connecting with the back of the legs. And of course we are all pressing down with 5 fingers and sending the hips in the opposite direction, really lengthening the back. Keep the breath going, keep stretching. Connect with the heels, send the heels to the floor, even if they don't touch the floor. And then we go down. A little bit of a cat-cow vinyasa now. So up into cow pose. Lift the chest, face, tailbone, and then tucking tailbone, rounding your back into leaning back. Bend the elbows, pushing up, inhale into cow pose. Exhale as you round and lean back, cat stretching. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pressing up to then take the stretch back into lower back. And then you play with the mechanism, going more quick into the movement. Like a well-oiled machine, yeah? Like a train engine machine. Exhale back, inhale up. Exhale back, inhale up. Exhale back. And we go into wide-legged child's pose. Spacing the knees, sinking down, long arms, grounding. Inhale, going forward, tipping forward. Exhale, going back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Then really sinking the hips back. Inhaling forward. The hips that are helping you to stretch the back is what you need to think. Forward and then sending it back. One more time. Tip forward, only to exhale back. And going now into sitting on our heels again. vinyasas. Inhale, both arms up, looking up to the fingers. Exhale, both arms down. Fingers awake. Gracious movement. Inhale. Exhale, swooping the arms down. Taking our time. Inhale. Making the inhale last as long as the movement. So expanding, stretching the breath with the movement. Slow, gracious and mindful. Breathing and moving. Down. Try to send the hands back when you're doing the movement. And then sideways. Right arm going up. We're looking up. Inhaling. And then going down. We plant that hand down. Little bit of a bend in the elbow. Left arm up. Inhale. Looking up to the hand. And then again, going sideways, plant the hand on the floor, other arm going up, play with the position of the head and even bend the top arm a little bit. And one last time, you plant the bottom hand and then you're stretching side of the torso with this. And then we go a little bit into a chest opening movement. Continue our arm vinyasas, arms up, and this time we're going to go forward and down, but keeping the face pointing forward. Yes, arms go up, inhale, and then exhale, you're diving forward, but you keep sending your chest and your face forward. Inhaling, exhale, try to tuck your arms behind the back. Inhale, going up, sideways and down. We switch into going up onto the knees. Go up onto the knees, inhale, arms up, and then the same forward dive and up. See, we never curve the upper back. We're always shooting the chest either up or forward. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, and you sit. Last of these. Need some space in front because we're going to go into cow pose. So arms go up, and now keep your hands together and dive down. Exhale, forearms down, forehead down. Walk the hands forward, inhaling. And then exhale, back into child's pose. And then you curve the back, send the arms up, inhale. And then arms sideways and down to finish the cycle. Do that again. Inhale, arms up. And then palms together, dive to forearm, forehead down, child's pose. Inhale, moving forward into cow pose. Exhale, back into forearm, forehead down, and then curving, lifting, inhaling, looking up. Exhale, arms sideways and down. And take it from kneeling, reaching up, and then big dive. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale, back into child's pose, and then curving up. Inhale all the way to the end of the movement, and then we sit. Exhale, arms sideways down. Now the arms are going up. One more dive down, exhale down, walk up, cow pose. Exhale, humble, child's pose, and curving all the way up. Inhale, and then sitting, arms down. So now we're going to change. Let's bring the arms up, and we're interlacing all the fingers except the indexes, and you cross your thumbs. Really need to use the tops of the feet well. Shoot up, inhale, and then you curve into a C shape. Exhale. It's kind of like the dive. Inhale, you can arch into a D shape, and then exhale into the curve. Wiggle it a little bit. Inhale, opening. Exhale, curving. Inhale. And now we take it to the sides. Tip your right hip right and looking to the left on the floor. Back up, inhale, shoot up. And then left hip going left. And we are looking to the floor, to our right side on the floor. Inhale, shoot up. And then exhale, right hip right. Inhale up. Left hip left. And then we go up and we curl into a spiral. So this is right hip right, curve, exhale, left hip left, inhale, rising up. Exhale as you go down. You can switch directions. Exhale as you curve down. Inhale as you arch up. Try to not really follow the video. You need to just connect with the movement now, yeah? So there's the curving, there's the sideways action, and there's the arching up with the inhale. Definitely, I recommend that you pause the video and you explore these movements on your own. We're going to another part of the practice now. You're going to be kneeling with your left leg forward, crescent moon flow. So you want to lift the arms up into a low lunge and then moving out of it. So as you can see, my back foot is in. Definitely I recommend you do that to create stability in the legs. So we exit on the exhale, and then we sink forward with the pelvis and we pull the line up. Then you're going to stay in the position in interlock fingers, change the position of the back foot, and palms up to the ceiling, just pulling up, lengthening the size of the torso. And then we grab the right wrist to lean left and pull that right line, running all the way from the foot to the right hand. Then place your left elbow on top of your left leg, or for a deeper stretch, grab the inside of your left ankle with your left hand. So adjusting the position, going deep into that pelvic stretch. Then with the inhale, you raise the right arm, also reaching back a little bit. Keep moving, exploring. You can also use that top arm and tuck it behind your back. Perhaps even grab that left thigh so you're locking the shoulder. Let the head drop back, a little bit of a shoulder neck stretch. So left hip probably a little bit tense now. You can move a little bit in this kind of half splits movement just to release some of the tension. And get ready to switch sides. So moving forward with our right leg, finding the right alignment, right position for the front foot, for the back foot. And then we start our arm vinyasas in low lunge. So you inhale as you reach up and back with the arms. And you exhale as you exit. Inhale, reaching, pulling that line, and even reclining yourself away from it when you exit, yeah? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Another inhale. Change the back foot. You go up with the arms again, interlacing your fingers again, flipping the palms up to the ceiling, pulling up, and then you'll catch the left wrist to lean right. You can even look down just to feel differently. And then we transition into the position of the hand grabbing the inside of the ankle. So reaching, pulling, leaning a little bit back, playing with the head position, and changing that left arm, grabbing the thigh as you can see from here, or just pushing the back of the hand, reclining. Main focus is on the pelvis. And then counterposing a little bit with half splits, just playing with the movement. You can have the toes pointing up, or you can let the foot go to the side like I'm doing here. And then we move into crossing the legs. So you want to sit with one knee on top of the other and the feet to the side like that. You need to have both sitting bones on the floor. If this is not possible, just lengthen the bottom leg. So here we are in cow face pose, Gokumasana. Start by grabbing your feet just to really activate, and then you can stay up or you can start going forward. So we go forward just to deepen the stretch in the outer hips. If it's too much, just continue to sit up. And you want to push forward with your hands, yeah? You're pushing forward so that you sit further back. Continue to find pleasure in the stretch. If it's too strong, back away from the stretch. Then we take this into the twist. So you're going to change your left leg and rotating to your left. Just a simple twist. You're grabbing that front leg with your right arm, and then you place the left hand behind you. You can also do this alternative version of lengthening the left leg. You can catch under the knee, you can catch the ankle, or advanced version like this, catching the outer foot, yeah. And from here we go into log pose, double pigeon. So basically you have one knee over the foot, one foot over the knee. You're overlapping lower legs and just folding forward. It's another deep outer hip stretch. If if you have a really hard time doing this one, you can just put one leg in front of the other, like a wide cross-legged position. Some people are very comfortable with the stretch. For other people, it's really tough. Do what makes sense. So now we go back to the beginning of these poses. Here we are back at cow face. Overlapping knees, the feet to the sides, grabbing the feet. Slowly going forward. Keep the hands pushing forward. Keep connecting with breath, using breath to release, to deepen. Even close your eyes, really zoom in on the sensation of the stretch. Be present with the stretch and don't force. From here we take our twist. So you're basically just changing the top leg, placing the foot down, and then you lock, in this case, the left arm around the leg, and you place the back arm behind. So then you want to grab the outside foot, or you can also grab under the leg, just to pull the line of that hip in the twist. Keep the breath going, standing tall, looking back. And then from here we go into a lock pose. So overlapping knees and feet. One lower leg over the other. Just breathing, connecting with the outer hip stretch. You can even close the eyes, go a little bit deeper into the sensation. Always pushing a bit forward with your hands. Moving out of it, moving our legs forward. If they are tense, give them a little wiggle. If not, proceed into lying down, hugging legs. So just hugging legs a little bit, adjusting your position, and then taking happy baby pose. The arms come in between the legs. You grab the outside of the feet. You can stay like this. This is the easy option. Or if you go into the full advanced version, soles of the feet to the ceiling, but you want to keep the sacrum on the floor. If your bottom of your spine is too lifted off the floor, then you need to go back into that initial position with the feet close to your groin, close to your hips. Then you can make the soles of the feet connect, wrap your hands around, give it a little bit of a movement, and then you release the legs down. Adjust the position, especially around the neck, because we're going into a little bit of bridge. So you're going to place the arms next to your torso, roll the shoulders a little bit back, set the feet with intention of working well, legs parallel. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, rolling your hips up. And then you interlock your fingers, you walk the shoulders in, and you keep pushing down with your arms to elevate the rib cage, hips up. push down with the arms, you lift up, breathe, long neck. And then coming out of it, space in the arms, relaxed position, let your legs rotate, drop to the left, and then rotate to the right, and then allowing yourself to come into rest. So you can rest here, or you can start moving into standing vinyasas. Go ahead and start preparing and getting up and going to the front of your mat, standing tall, feet together, inhaling, arms up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, diving down. Inhaling into half lift. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, bringing your torso down. Set the hips up, dog. Strong legs and feet. And down dog. You're going to get ready to move into a warrior one stance. Right foot forward, anchor the back heel properly. And then lifting up, but interlacing fingers. Just to stretch the shoulders, keep connecting with hips. Elevate your face. Arms reaching away from your torso. Little bit of movement. Keep breathing. And then taking your hands down and playing with a long leg, stretching. So this vinyasa here is intermediate level. You can do all of this with assistance of 2 blocks or books or anything you can place on your hands, under your hands. Just release a little bit the neck when you're going into these folds. Play with the back foot, lift the heel off the floor a little bit. Slide the foot a little bit more down. Here I'm switching hands into pyramid option, advanced option. You don't need to do that, only if it's comfortable. Keep sliding away until you can place the back knee down, and then you take this into half split, Hanumasana. It's really lengthening that front hamstring. Make sure you've got the alignment going. That leg is perfectly aligned with the right hip socket, and the back foot also perfectly aligned. Do this kind of jiggle left and right. So really connect with the sides of the hips and the alignment. From here, interesting sometimes to walk the hands left and just stay a little bit like that. I'm going to make your hips shoot back towards the right side. So then from here we go back into down dog. Just noticing, acknowledging similarities, differences between the 2 legs now. Aiming for balance in between them. And then we get ready to go into Chaturanga or easier options, and then upward dog or a simple cobra, and then moving into down dog again. And we're going to take care of the other side, so please step the left foot forward, adjust, anchor the back foot as in warrior one, but then you go up and you interlace your fingers. So try to interlace the fingers in the least natural option when you do the second side. Interlace the fingers in the way that is least obvious, least intuitive. So Continuing to lengthen, connecting with the chest, breathing. Look slightly up. Connect with the hips, and then you take it down. So at this point, if you were using blocks or other objects, you would move them in and place them under your hands. Long torso, and exhaling, going down towards that long left leg. Just enjoying this deep leg stretch. Moving in and out of it. Easy options here are to bend the knee, front knee. So then you change the back foot. Now the back heel is off the floor and further away from you, and you're just getting wider in the position. Wider and wider, as long as it's pleasant. You do not want to overstretch. Back knee down, moving into half splits, setting the correct alignment, feet aligned with the hip sockets. You can play a little bit with moving, looking left and right like we did on the other side. We're stretching in yoga poses, we are never in the same frozen position. There's always movement, so it's interesting sometimes to change the angle of the torso. So now we change the angle of the torso to move to the right. Yeah, we just move right with the hands, and we're just forward folding a little bit like that. Down dog. You can come to the floor or play a little bit with a one-leg down dog version, three-legged down dog. So from here, you're gonna lift your heels on the tip of the toes, lift your hips way high, and then you bring yourself into forearm dolphin, and just shooting one leg up, a little bit of power. It's also to engage the legs, yes, engaging the legs in this deep stretched version. Keep pressing with the forearms when you do this. That was it. Can come to rest or proceed to full practice shoulder stand and full wheel. So my take into shoulder stand is that first you should set up the shoulders before you lift your legs up. So do a little bit of plow, halasana, and adjust the shoulders before you're going to bring the legs up. This is advanced shoulder stand practice, meaning that we're not actually doing a lot of variations, we're just holding the pose for a long time. 60 breaths, 3 to 4 minutes. Reminding you of what you need to do in this pose. You need to use your shoulders. It's called shoulder stand, not neck stand. So your neck is not touching the floor. If your neck is on the floor right now, you shouldn't be doing it. You need to exit and then pull the shoulders further in with interlacing fingers or other ways of getting those shoulders in. need to press down with your arms and use the hands a little bit to guide the torso up. There is space under the neck. There is space also in between your chin and your chest. I know some ladies, they cannot do this, but most of us, we need to create that space in between neck and chest, neck and breasts. Keep powering the legs. That's another common mistake, is that people let their legs get too lazy. You need to keep pointing the feet, and one foot needs to touch the other. You need to keep your big toes touching. Try to relax the face, have a quiet gaze, or even close the eyes. And keep connecting with breath. So at this point you can go into plow pose, like I said, if you enjoy it. Go and stay a little bit in plow pose just to go deeper into the back work, because that's going to pull the back lines more. Or keep lengthening up. At some point during the pose, the body starts to open and you can make your hands go further down the back towards the shoulder blades. When you hold the pose for a long time, you notice these things start to happen. As the body is shifting and opening, you'll be able to get a straighter back. I haven't talked about easy options. Easy options are just having your legs against the wall. Or something also very good to invest on is doing a lot of bridge, shoulder bridge. That position with the hips up and your hands interlaced. So now I'm transitioning into the dive, into bridge. One leg towards your face and the other leg starts diving forward, hands supporting your lower back, middle back. Change the hand position. So staying here in supported bridge under the lower back and sacrum. If you see that you can move your hands further close to the shoulder blades, go ahead. If you see that it's nice to walk the feet forward, go ahead. Go ahead and do what feels natural. And if you can handle pushing up into full wheel like I'm doing, then set up the hands. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale, push up all the way up, or crown of the head and pushing up. Just really pulling a big stretch. The front of the body, you can lift the heels off the floor so you can put more of an opening angle on the armpits and chest, and then gently curling your way down, coming down to the floor, resting. So please remember, if you don't rest, it's not really yoga. You need to do 5 minutes or at least 2 minutes of Shavasana. 3 full breaths, and then you keep a gentle awareness of the body's natural release. Thank you for watching. Namaste.